Greetings, peace, and love, Sister Alexis of Divine Notary and the Notary Wellness Mentor. Today's topic, I keep getting low ball offers for signing agent jobs. What do I do? I hear this question very often. I'm sure I've talked about it very often. And the best thing that you can do if you're getting lowball offers and you keep counter offering and your offers aren't being accepted is to stop dealing with signing agent companies altogether. You can either do that or continue to plow through it and put the offers in that you want, your counter offers in that you want, and wait for you to get an offer that is suitable for you. If that's not working for you, just stop. Stop. Because it can be very degrading and frustrating and discouraging. I know. I haven't been there personally, but I hear you all. I hear your messages. I hear and see your emails. I see your text messages. I see you posting on blogs and so on and so forth about you being so unhappy about the type of fees that you're being offered. And you feel like, how can Sister Alexis or Brother Andre or so-and-so on YouTube say that you can get paid from this amount to this amount, but I don't see that happening for me? Is it my area? Am I doing something wrong? It can be a combination of different things. So I would suggest you go down a checklist, and I'll talk about a little bit about that checklist, what you need to be checking for. One of the first thing is making sure that your profile is complete. If you are on a platform of some sort, signing agent platform, you need to make sure that your profile is completed. Everything filled in, give them everything that they have asked of you, and if it's okay, then you move on to the next. Am I answering alerts? If you receive an alert and you do not respond, that does affect your rating. So even if you're not going to be available, you need to respond and say, hey, I'm not going to be available that day. Okay? Those are the two main things. The last thing that you want to consider is your attitude. We attract what we are. So I don't want to seem hard on you, but if you are a sourpuss, Debbie Downer, then it will be very difficult for you because you're sending mixed messages out to the universe. Do you want this to work or do you not want it to work? Decide what's important to you. Your attitude will predict your outcome. Your attitude will predict your outcome. Now, if all of those things are kind of like you're going through the checklist and you're like, okay, this is fine, this is not fine, I'm going to fix that, I'm going to update that, I'm going to have an attitude adjustment, and you're still not getting any alerts, you can either try to create another account, because sometimes that has worked, with all the same information but a different phone number. And if that hasn't worked, then you need to start creating proposals for companies that you would like to work for that are in your area or not in your area, just companies in general. Send proposal emails out to them stating what you can do, what you have done, the type of insurance that you have, and any certifications that you currently obtain. And then create a list to follow up with those companies. Create a list to follow up with those companies. And when you follow up with the companies, make sure you keep very good records so you know who you spoke to. And I'm pretty sure that you'll start getting jobs that way. That is how I get jobs beyond signing agent companies. And that is how many of us get jobs beyond signing agent companies. You have to create a one-on-one connection with these companies, and then they will start utilizing you from there. It may take a lot of footwork. It may take a lot of paper pushing, But whatever it is, you just have to remember why this is important to you. This is important to you because you told me when we had our call that you were a single mother, that you needed additional income, that you disliked your job, that you were retired, that you were a stay-at-home mom and you want to make your contribution. I've heard a lot of different stories. I've heard a lot of whys. So you have to remember why? Why am I doing this? How will this benefit me, my family, my community? And when you know that your why is strong enough, you've adjusted your attitude and you just wait. You wait for the blessings, for the honor to come in. Okay? It really is that simple. I know sometimes people are like, Alexis, come on, girl. Really? But I'm telling you, it really is. It really is. If you have any objections, if you just feel skeptical about everything, then your results may be different than mine. But if you go into it with a good attitude and know what your price list is, if you are a mentee of mine, then you know that the price list is available on our platform. And you can kind of gauge your prices off of my prices and then make adjustments for it. Your prices will include your travel, your copies. It's not separate. You can't say, okay, give me $80. And by the way, I need $40 for this and $25 for that. Your price will include that. If you need to understand what your prices would be, why don't you go to your local library, your Kinko's, Staples, and find out how much they charge for black and white copies. And if you know that each packet is 150 pages, 170 pages, multiply that up. So God forbid, but if you have to go to these places, how much you need to factor into your final cost. It just gives you an idea in general how much copies would cost anyway, even if you're doing it at home. Excuse me. And once you have figured all of that information out, you have equipped yourself. You have armored yourself. You know exactly what the numbers are and what you ought to be charging, what your state fees are, what IRS says you can charge. If you need more in-depth information, you can, of course, always look at my older videos. I have tons of videos on here. And binge watch me, y'all. Like, that's just how it goes. In order to know your industry, you need to know what's going on. Those individuals who have put themselves on these platforms as either an expert or someone who is knowing of the field, then just binge watch all of their videos. This is part of your schooling. If you were in school for this, you would have to consider this like in classroom time. Okay? So take the time, whether it's on your way to work, on your way back to work. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to be attentive in that way, but you do have to be attentive to the point where you can plug it in, put it on your Bluetooth so you can listen and find a way to take notes and make sure that you have all the information to equip yourself to go out there and create new relationships with title companies, escrow companies, real estate agents, law firms, so you can get referrals for the jobs that you're not able to get on SnapDocs, and you'll get paid quicker, and you'll have direct relationships with these companies as opposed to being on SnapDocs. Sometimes that's very difficult to create those relationships, okay? So try it out. Let me know what you have done to acquire new business in the comment section. I'm really curious. And if you have written a proposal, did it work for you? Did you get new jobs? Are you a direct signing agent company for any particular company in your state area? I'm curious. Let me know what you're doing. If you found this video helpful at any point, please like, subscribe, comment. I thank you so much for all y'all support. It is so much appreciated, and keep your questions coming. Okay, peace.